Good evening, everyone. We were going to do a little hike and chat, but it's really windy here, so we're gonna give it a try, and maybe we'll have breaks in the wind to be able to add in the chat a little bit. You guys know what to do. Grab yourselves a tasty treat. Oh, you can step back a little bit. Let's go. We live here in the Chihuahuan Desert, which 90% of the Chihuahuan Desert actually lies in Mexico. But we live in the little bit that doesn't. And yes, the wind is going to continue, but we're going to try our best. It's getting really windy. I filmed a short of that yesterday. This is talking about a prickly trio. We're in a little bit of a gully here, so the wind's not as bad. So we're enjoying this nice little nature hike. The sun's getting ready to set up behind the Chisos, up behind the basin there. Teddy's peeking around the creosote bush. A lot of nice interrupt signs on this trail, but I haven't really been able to stop and cover them. Of course, that wasn't really the point of tonight's hike. The first point of tonight's hike was Teddy and I need to do better at getting out and getting exercise in more places than just our backyard. So we want to try to start doing, frequent short hikes that are close by our house. So, you're not spending a ton of time and gas to get there, but at least getting, more scenery than just our backyard. But also, it was kind of time for a channel update, kind of chit chat check-in type thing. And I don't know, I thought it would be a good place for it, but it has been really windy. Kind of coming down through here near the oasis. You can. Still windy, but maybe it won't be quite so windy in the mic down through this part. We've had a good hike. Just haven't been able to really film and talk through a lot up there. Yeah. Hey, look, one little purple flower here. Look, that's nice. We're stopping for pictures by this old tree. Teddy's making funny poses tonight. It's making me giggle. He was talking about the soft grass, and we were just talking about how this is probably a good oasis for different animals too, to get out of the wind and have some shelter. That's why probably you see a lot of the grass kind of bedded down. I mean, we do have deer, we have javelinas, well, all kinds of things. We even have bears in this park. We stopped here to another little spot, almost out to the picnic table. We were actually here yesterday, had a picnic up on that picnic table up ahead, and like I said, I did a short of the windmill. It was quite windy when I tried to do that short yesterday too, and it wasn't nearly as windy yesterday as it is today and tonight. But we'll try to see, even if I have to finish the talk part in the car or at home, we will. Oh well, it was a good thought. Good attempt. We just stopped and did a channel member exclusive. Gonna fit a new little series. We do home vlogs as channel member exclusives, and now we're gonna bring back an old hobby Mark and I used to do back in the day. Used to call it top, other word beginning with an S, and I'm really not gonna use that word anymore, but I am gonna say top toilet. So we're bringing that aspect into some of our exclusive content for channel members. Teddy helped me with this one today. Oh, you have a rock. It's very nice. That's right. Leave no trace ethics, right, bub? Especially since the Park Service really needs that gravel to help hold down the road before another wind gust comes. Another reason why I wanted to come down here tonight is hoping to get a good sunset up there, setting behind the Chisos Basin, but the clouds are going to hang right there tonight too. So I haven't really done a what I used to call chit chat check-ins. I do post a lot of stuff in the Teddy's Tribe Facebook group. I also sometimes say a lot of things in my home vlogs, although that is mostly home vlog, cooking, homeschooling, a lot of that. But there is some real life talk in those as well. And as I mentioned, those are exclusive for channel memberships. But I did want to touch base in this little hike and talk. Some things we do have going on. Mark, he's had this training pending for months. And then he got approved for the training. It's in New Jersey. And then there was all this other stuff. And then his park here has been kind of slow on setting up his travel. There's been some hurdles, par for the course. But he is finally, everything's all set. His flight is all booked. So next weekend, he flies out of Austin and he flies up to New Jersey for a week to do a specialized, I'm not sure how much of it's water or if it's all technically wastewater treatment stuff. I don't get into that. A lot of that is beyond me. I just smile and nod and be supportive and go, that's awesome, hon. So he is going up to do that. While he is in New Jersey, I think Teddy and Lucy and I may sneak over into Arizona for a while, do some sightseeing around Arizona, thinking if weather is okay, because that car can't drive in icy roads or snow. But if weather looks okay, we may try to meet our friend Mary in Arizona. Maybe not. Time will tell. Other things coming up is we've been back and forth. Mark really is due for a vacation. He was going to take a long vacation actually right now over Halloween and stuff. And then the training got approved and that kind of tabled that, which is one of the reasons Teddy and I did not end up going to Florida like we were going to. But thank goodness we didn't, because the itinerary we had sketched out as a family, what Mark and I had sketched out for Teddy and I to be doing, was to slowly leave Tennessee, and we would have been probably in South Carolina or Georgia camping when Helene went up through, Hurricane Helene. And then, according to what our itinerary was looking like, we would have been trying to have been camping probably central towards South Florida. We had a few different itineraries picked out of what we would have been doing when Milton came up through. So I don't know. It was meant to be. I had a really strange feeling when I was coming down the Blue Ridge, and I couldn't explain it at the time. I was just like, I don't know. Something doesn't feel right about going to Florida and hanging out. You know, maybe I should just go to Texas and, you know, play around there for a while and see what's next. And then, so I'm glad I didn't. So anyway, hold on. Teddy wanted to get into the video too, so we're gonna try to do this. Of course, I don't have a tripod or anything tonight. So anyway, we've been back and forth. Hi. Oh, I love the kisses. Mark still wants to take some of his vacation time. He has a bunch built up now, and he'd really, really like a nice 2-week vacation. So at first we said, okay, well, we'll go to Florida. Our Disney World annual passes are good until end of January. And then we said, no, maybe we won't go to Florida. Maybe we'll just explore Texas, see a lot of the Christmas stuff around Texas. And that's kind of what we had been going through. And then this weekend we got doing some more research. And then I had a friend, her name is Kimberly, and you can look up her YouTube channel, Kimberly Shipley, and if I remember right, I'll try to give a shout out and tag her down below. She's been really sick for a long time. She's been fighting this awful lung infection. She was supposed to meet us, Teddy, watch out for my glasses. She was supposed to meet us when we were at Altamont Campground, and she couldn't, and she's just had a lot going on, and she, like Mark, is so overdue for a nice vacation. Bye, Teddy. He's going to get more wiggles out. So Kimberly and I got talking, and she wants to go to Florida. We would like to spend time with her and her husband and her son. Her son is not much older than Teddy, so they would make great playmates. They're already pen pals. So we are really excited that we are going to end up going to Florida, and we're going to spend some time with Kimberly and her husband and their son. And then we're going to spend some time with our friend Ashley and any other Florida friends. If you want to hang out with us, let us know. We are going to do a little bit of time at Walt Disney World since our passes are still good. We are going to do some time at Legoland, some time at SeaWorld. I wish I could fit in Universal this trip too, but we currently don't have passes to Universal. and it just would be too much to fit in. So we are driving across. We are taking Lucy Lou with us, and if there's days where we all want to go park hop, we are going to try out Best Friends Pet Care there on the Disney property for the first time. Don't do that, sweetie. Silly. You want to show everybody you had lost another tooth?
I lost another tooth.
Yeah, so he's growing up so fast. I'm just so used to hanging out in these places. I forgot we're talking and the recycling bin is right behind me. Don't mind that. It's just par for the course. I didn't set up that shot on purpose. So I think that's pretty much filling in the rest of 2025. I hope Mark has a great training. The cool part about what he's going to New Jersey to do is the wastewater treatment plant that is at the place he's going to in New Jersey is like the only other one in the country that directly is identical to the one here that he works on. So he's really hoping to learn a lot and get a lot of knowledge that can help him with working on this wastewater treatment system. So that's really exciting for him. And Teddy and Lucy and I are excited for the potential of some additional roaming. We haven't been in Arizona yet since we've been back out west. So even though we've been in Arizona before, Teddy technically has touched Arizona before. And of course, I've lived in Arizona before, Mark and I have. We haven't been in Arizona in quite a few years, probably 4 or so years. Maybe not, yeah, 4 years or so. So Teddy doesn't really remember a lot of Arizona. And so we're excited. We just got to keep an eye on weather because, you know, it'll be nice in southern Arizona, but I mean, like Grand Canyon had snow this morning. So we do have to be mindful of the weather because that poor little Chevy Trax just, it is what it is. But it is getting us by for now. And it has saved us a lot of money on gas and maintenance. And I'm very grateful for what it has provided to our family for the past year. It really has helped us out a lot financially to have a lower payment, lower insurance, and a car that was much easier to maintain and have gas on for a while. So then we're going to Florida, so stay tuned for that. We still want to fit in a few other Texas things here and there somehow between these next 2 months before the holiday season is over. And then 2025, I will touch base briefly on our plans for 2025. Nothing is set in stone yet, but we are kind of looking over our calendar and penciling in some things before we turn them to ink or marker. We are looking at taking our first Disney Cruise Line experience. We want to do a Halloween cruise with a whole bunch of friends. Teddy keeps wandering, and I don't mind he walks around a little bit, but I don't want him going far down the trail without me, especially with it getting dark. We are hoping in October to do a Halloween-themed cruise on Disney Cruise Line with several of our close friends. Then we had talked about doing a Christmas cruise as well that would leave out of Galveston here in Texas and having that be probably just the 3 of us. But then, I don't know. We all got looking at stuff today of Epic Universe for Universal Orlando opening. And there's a lot of stuff our family really wants out of that. So now we're toying with maybe not a Christmas cruise and maybe adding a Universal Orlando visit on to pair along with our cruise in October, because we'd already be, you know, in Florida, and Mark could just as easily take 2 weeks off as he could a week. So stay tuned, because that's what we're mulling. Teddy and I are also mulling that in the summer, potentially he and I would have our first visit to Alaska, leave Lucy home with Daddy, and Teddy and I would fly up to Alaska, rent a car, and maybe a short 5 or 6 night, just very brief, A, to say we touched Alaska, and B, just kind of to test it out and think about future adventures where we might go, you know, actually with an RV and actually tour it more. So that is some of what we're debating in 2025. Yeah, I'm going to start getting my dates confused. But with that, the wind is starting to die out. I want to show you a little bit of what the basin looks like right now. At least I did get to finish this chat. Teddy, did you want to say anything to anybody about what's going on in your life lately?
Yeah.
Besides your tooth. You're doing great in homeschool.
Yes, I'm doing great in homeschool.
Excelling. I mean, flying through so good that I've actually had to, now that first quarter's over, I'm weeding out some curriculum and buying much tougher curriculum, because some of the curriculum I got, No, he's caught up now in so much that some of it was too easy and getting boring. So we've had to kind of jump ahead to some stuff that's even edging more towards second grade in some areas, especially math and science. Huh, Bob? You really
I
like...
know how to do math and science.
You do.
Because kindergarten teach me that.
It did, and you actually are doing good in your language arts now, too. He's writing much better than he did in August. And you love grammar, don't you? Right now, he's really into learning nouns and verbs and all of that.
Noun is a person, place, or thing. Like we are now.
Yeah, and you were stumping your grandmother on the phone today with... What were you saying? Like, oh, break a leg? What is break a leg? What kind of interesting speech is that? Do you remember?
Idiom.
That's right. That's right. And also he's been having fun going like, understanding that if you say like a cupcake or the cupcake, there's a difference how you use the speech for that.
That could be any cupcake, but if it's the cupcake, that means one different cupcake. How about this one? I lost a key. That could be any key. Or if I lost the key, that's only one different
Specific key.
Uh-oh, I better find it.
And like speech though, that's interesting. Like there's some times where he speaks perfectly, and then there's times where he's just in such a hurry. So that is something we're working on, is getting him to slow down. So if you see all these shorts that are appearing on the channel right now, that's Teddy's Wisdom of the Day, that's actually something he came up with, because doing filming is helping him, because we do a few takes sometimes, and filming and reading aloud is helping him work on slowing down and his volume, because sometimes he either screams or sometimes he whispers and mumbles and we can't hear them.
Like this.
So we are working on tone, volume, and there's no rush. Sometimes you slow down, take your time. There's no rush. I know you're excited, but slow down and tell us what you want to tell us. But other than that,
I'm going to tell you about verbs. A verb is an action word.
Yes, a verb is an action word. Yeah.
It's one in a verb.
Yeah.
So that's an action word. Kink.
That's right.
Lots my thing into action.
Do you remember what an adjective is?
It describes
Describe something. That's right.
Describes this tree.
Yep. Good job. One more question before we wrap this up. What is the adventure you're looking to most when we go to Florida in December?
Cruise line.
Oh, no, we're not doing cruise line this December, honey. But is that what you're most looking forward to in 2025? Over Epic?
And I'm excited for Epic too.
Just excited for all of it, huh?
I'm excited for all of it. So just keep it on the ice.
Keep your stick on the ice, saying Daddy's saying for him. So the lighting's not nearly as good tonight as I had hoped either. Sometimes we get such stunning sunsets, but I'll bring you guys out here and there for some more. Love listening to the windmill. All right, Teddy, I guess we should wrap it up and get in the car and head back up the hill, huh?
Goodbye, everyone. I'll tell you all we did. We explored the path, but that was remember for today.
Yeah.
And hike the trail.
We did.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
All right, gang. Thank you for checking this out. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. If you're on Facebook, we do have a Facebook page, Hammocks to Coasters. There's the Teddy's Tribe group, which is getting very active now. I do try to keep up with Instagram. Right now, here in the park, our self-service for data is very hit or miss. The towers really having issues, and our home Wi-Fi is getting worse and worse. Yeah. We are investing in Starlink after the holidays are over. So come January, I'll be able to keep up with social media better, maybe even do some live streams, do Instagram better, polish the videos a little bit better and edit better. Right now, it is really hard because like when I get home and do this is probably going to upload all night long before it ever even remotely gets processed. So be patient with us. We're working on it. All right, gang. We better.
Peace and love, gang. Keep attention. And hey, what's next? And keep the dick on the ice. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Just when I went to get in the car, look at the sun beaming its rays up behind the Chisos. Beautiful.